Oftentimes, children with special needs in school are overlooked and not given the proper attention they require because these needs haven't been identified. Western Union will be conducting a workshop in hopes of changing this fact. Here with more information is Managing Director of Grace Kennedy Money Services, Joan-Marie Powell. Good morning. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time. It's a major issue, and a lot of us really do overlook it, Joan.
Yes.
First of all, what made you identify it as being such an issue when others are overlooking it?
Well, you know, it's a part of what we call our I Pledge program. We have had an interest in primary school education. And in addition to other aspects, we have computerized some schools. We have had reading week. We have had debating competition, and this is an additional aspect to our I Pledge program. So we have said we have spoken about the children. We have done a lot of things with the children. Let's look at the teachers, and in particular, let's look at teachers who can identify special needs children in their classrooms.
Because one of the challenges is if they don't identify the need, then it can be mistaken for something else.
Oh, definitely. We have seen children with different issues, and it's because of these special needs that they do have, and these needs that have not been identified on a timely basis. That causes children to react a certain way. We have had 2 workshops so far, one in St. James for that area, that region, and we had the final one last week, Thursday, for the schools in St. Catherine and Kingston. So we're not doing the whole island this year. Understandably, everything can happen at the same time. And so it was really enlightening. We had 150 teachers, the questions, the needs. So we're hoping that these teachers being trained, they'll take it back to their schools because they have access to the training material, everything that was done. So they'll take it back, train some of the teachers in their schools, and so that it can actually permeate throughout the schools.
What are some of the needs that we're hoping that they'll be able to identify? Are these reading needs, like dyslexia and things like that? What are some of the needs?
Yeah, special needs, dyslexia, children with ADTT, children with just behavioral issues at home, things that, you know, things that can be solved easily, things that you have to refer children to, assessment, etc. So varied needs that they will be able to identify.
So the hope is that when these teachers go back to school, they'll be able to, not just themselves, but to assist other members of staff in identifying who these children are.
Yeah, there are so many primary schools. So what we have done, we have identified 150 teachers from various schools.
Right.
And we worked in conjunction with the Ministry of Education to identify these schools. And they have been trained. They'll go back, as I said, the packages were given to the schools, etc. So they'll go back to their school and, you know, in conjunction with the headmistresses, head teachers, they'll identify teachers who can be trained, and they'll do that. Next year we'll do another set of teachers, and you know it will continue
to expand.
Yes.
It's part of the training, once the children are identified, that they know how to assist them. Because it's one thing to identify what the needs are, but will they be able to assist them in the learning process?
Yes, that is part of it. Some of the assistance they will not be able to provide themselves, so they will have to refer them to different areas, for example, to the assessment centers, which we do have, and get them assessed. Some persons will have to go refer to the guidance counselor. There are issues at home, children's services, different areas.
That's amazing, because it's also important to engage the parents in assisting them with those needs as well.
Yes.
You're also involved in debating?
Oh yes, that's a part of the program as well, the primary school debating competition. That is so exciting, and that actually starts tomorrow, Tuesday, with the first round of debates.
Okay.
We have 16 schools. These are the top GSAT performing primary schools. And grade 6, usually grade 5 and grade 6 students, they'll be debating on a range of topical issues. And the 13th of June is around that time we're having the finals, final 2, but it's always a very exciting competition.
You do a lot of work in schools because you also are very active with Reading Week and things like that. Why is Grace?
Grace Kennedy Money Services, we chose to work with primary schools. And from 2003, we have this program started. And, you know, persons can choose high schools, early childhood development. We chose primary schools. And, and so we have, at this time of the year, we have our reading week, our debating competition. And we actually started, you know, by providing math and English textbooks for children in primary schools who are doing GSAT. So this is our focus, the primary school, anything to do with primary school. And we have actually computerized a number of, we have established a number of computer labs in schools.
Excellent.
Every year we do 10 schools.
Excellent.
Yes.
Are you hoping that out of the training of the special needs teachers, that this may also provide for the ministry and for education people an idea of just how prevalent special needs students are in Jamaica, that some numbers will start to come forward? I
hope so. And you know, what we have actually started this thing in conjunction with the ministry. Everything that we do with the schools. And the ministry actually said to us, let us look at this. So they are very, very involved in it. And we're hoping that we'll be able to get some statistics so that we can improve the process.
I know you already have identified those schools and done the workshops, but it's a continuous program for those schools who are watching and think, oh, we hope that we could probably be next.
We're going to get to you soon.
All right, I was going to ask about the selection process and whether or not they could lobby to be a part of it. Or does the ministry recommend
the ministry, actually, they do recommend
They recommend the schools.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Well, we want to hear more at the end of it. I'm keen to know just how many students are being identified and to see how prevalent this problem really is.
Okay.
But thank you so much for the work you're doing in our schools.
Thank you so much, Delia.
Managing Director of Grace Kennedy Money Services, Joan-Marie Powell. Stay with us for details on the Heart Foundation of Jamaica's latest project, Going Red for Women. Plus, we'll find out what the Centralized Strategic Services is doing to help corporate transformation. Don't go away.